Hello everyone and welcome to Main Street Magic Designs. Today we are going to make a St. Patrick's Day wreath that is in the shape of Mickey's head to decorate for St. Patrick's Day. Now this craft, almost all of the supplies I was able to get at Dollar Tree except for these foam wreath shapes. They do have 10-inch ones at Dollar Tree, but that's all I could find was just 10-inch, and I needed two different sizes, so I had to get these, I think, either at Michael's or Joann. So for the base of the wreath, you're going to need a large ring and two smaller rings, and they don't have to be exactly the size. You just want to kind of get a ratio that looks good as a head and ears. So these are, this one is 13.8 inches and these two are 7.8 inches, and they're the floral foam brand, wherever that one's from. To start with, I got garland from the Dollar Tree that you can get in the St. Patrick's Day section, and it has, I got two different ones. There's this one that has a little bit of gold in it and has these gold clovers. And then there was a green one that has, it looks the same except it's just green there, and the clovers are green. And I took all these little foil clovers off, and believe it or not, most of them you just tug and they come right off. You know, I came across a couple that I might have had to cut, but you see how easy they come off. So I took them off, and I got a couple of them ready. So I decided to do a mix of the green and gold and the plain green. And that was mostly because I wasn't sure which I wanted to do, so I got both, and then decided to see what it would look like if I put them both on there, and I kind of liked the way it looked, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm taking, after I took all the little clovers off, I'm going to take the green and gold, and you can do one or the other or both. It's really your preference, and I'm just going to start wrapping them around the foam. So the easiest way, I think, to do this is kind of take the rest of it and make a big ball and just kind of chuck it through a few times and then fix it. So just going to put it together. Now for right this minute, to hold that down, I'm just going to take a pipe cleaner and twist it around to hold that still. Now it's not going to keep it from sliding, but it'll just hold it there so it doesn't come off. And I'm going to keep doing that until I get all the way around, and I believe it's going to take me 6 garland total for the fluffiness that I like, but you know, you can decide that. But I bought 3 of the green and gold and 3 of the green just for this main ring. So I'm going to do that and I'll come back to you. So I just finished with those first 2 pieces, and it got me halfway around. So I'm going to say, instead of 6, you're actually only going to need 4. I was thinking wrong. So that's how it looks so far, and I'm going to continue with the next 2 strands and fill up the bottom half, and I'll come back. Okay, so here's how it looks when you have it all covered, and I was right. So I used 2 of the green and gold and 2 of the just green, and it covered the whole thing. And I think it looks nice. I think you could even use this for like a Easter wreath if you wanted to put some eggs on here. This would look like the grass. So now I'm going to cover the small ones, and I'm going to try to just use one green and gold and one green on here and see if it'll cover the whole thing. So I'm going to do that and I'll come right back to you. So I got the first ear done, and I only used one green gold and one green to cover the whole thing, and there's plenty. It's nice and full. So now I'm going to do the other one and then I'll come back to you. So as you can see, I have finished putting on the garland on the ears and the head. So now I'm going to attach them to the head using zip ties. I think I'm going to use 2 per ear, but I'm also going to use these are called extra long toothpicks. Let's do 2 on each ear. I'm going to put these through the ear to just add a little stability. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just spread the garland a little bit until I can find the foam. And stick this in and through. Right through. Go over a little bit more. Try to go more down the middle. I'm going to take this one out because I feel like I went a little bit too much. I think I'm just going to go with one because I think it's going to be too difficult to get 2 of them there. So, move these out of the way. Since I'm just doing the first one, it doesn't really matter where I place it. So I'm just going to push it in like that. So before I do the other one, I'm going to do the zip tie. Place it in here, turn it over, and take it down real tight. And you can just hide it. Okay. Let's see if that one seems to hold it, because it does seem pretty good. Some loose stuff there. Now, this is a little more difficult part because you want to make sure that you have it in the right spot. First, we're going to add our separate this a little. Try to go directly straight through. Let's just go far back this time. And it's going crooked again, so I'm going to try one more time. If I angle it towards the front, I'll end up straight. And that worked, so. Okay, now I want this to be about there. Make sure enough room for my hat. Yeah, I think that looks like a good spot. So again, just gonna find some room here. You can see the whole thing is on there now. So how are we going to decorate this? Well, I got this hat from the Dollar Tree, and I think it's perfect to put right in between the ears. Obviously not leaning forward, I'm just doing that so you can see. And they also had these green bows, so I'm going to put that at the bottom. And then I got some, these were originally picks. They came on these green wooden picks, and I just pulled them right off. They came off real easy. I liked these, the shapes of these better than the little bag of foam clovers and coins that they sell at Dollar Tree. Maybe you like those better, you could use those, but I liked these, so I took them off there, and I'm gonna use those. And then I got a pack of the gold coins that I am going to hot glue groups of 2 and 3 together like this, and then just put them around. So basically it will look like this around the outside of the wreath. Bow down here. Obviously I've moved that a little bit so that it's not over top of each other. And some coins here. And I've got 2 bags of the picks and 1 bag of the coins. And I'm just going to do that around. And what I decided to do is to use green pipe cleaner. I'm going to cut little bits of it and use the hole that's already in the clover, push the pipe cleaner up in there, and then just attach the pipe cleaner either around or just stick it down into the foam when I add these on. So you can lay out your items to get an idea of what it'll look like and how many you'll need. And I also got this sign from the Dollar Tree, which it was a 3-piece thing. I cut it apart. There was a hat, the hat, the Happy St. Patrick's Day, and then the leprechaun feet hanging from the bottom. So I cut this part off, and I'm going to attach it so that it hangs from the center like that. And then I just have to attach some wire from the back to hang it, and it'll be done. And like I said, it's really simple. Everything that I'm using pretty much came from the Dollar Tree other than the foam wreath forms. And that was only just because I didn't see more than one size there. So let's start putting it together. Okay, so the first things that I'm going to put on are the bow, and what I'm going to do is hot glue a green pipe cleaner to the back and then just put it in and twist it around. And while I wait for my hot glue gun to heat up, I'm going to show you how I did this. Now this, like I said, I got from the Dollar Tree, and it has a frame, a plastic frame around the bottom. So I just took 2 green pipe cleaners and threaded it through the frame, and then when I'm ready to put this on, I'm just going to twist these around to hold on, and then tuck them underneath. Sorry, I can't see that. Twist these around the garland and tuck them behind and hide them in the garland. They're very easy to hide in the garland. And I did 2 just to make sure it stayed straight and had stability. But I'm not going to put that on until I'm done decorating the rest. I just want to know where it's going to go and where my pipe cleaners are going to lay, so I don't put anything else there. So kind of just set it into place. Okay, so I glued my bow onto my pipe cleaner, and I figured out where I want it to go. So I am just going to get it down here and pull the pipe cleaner around and give it a little twist underneath. So I just kind of laid out my pieces where I thought I wanted them to go. So I was going to alternate between coins and clovers. And you can see I already put my little, I glued them together and I put my little Chanel stem on the back, pipe cleaner. So this is how I want this to go, and I know my hat's going to go there, but it keeps falling off, so we're just going to put it there for now. But we know where it needs to go, so we're leaving this part empty. And then with the ears, I'm going to do 3 clover and the coins in between. Stick it through some garland and wrap it around, which I think is what I'm going to do because this foam is thick. So I think that that is probably the way I'm going to go. Just find a little bit to stick it under, wrong direction, and kind of clamp it down. So now that we have all of these on, you know, you could totally leave it like this, you know, just add another clover in there, or you could have put the bill up here and made it a Minnie Mouse if you wanted. But like, you could totally leave it like this if you didn't want to add the hat and the sign. Now we're going to work on adding the hat. So like I said, I put pipe cleaners through the frame that's already here. So we're just going to kind of, let's see if I can get in the camera for you. Put it over top where I want it. And then twist pipe cleaners. So I glued my pipe cleaners on the back like that, so that I can hang a sign around here like this. Okay, so the pipe cleaners weren't quite reaching far enough for me, so I kind of wound them up and put some floral wire around them. And I'm just going to use the floral wire. So I kind of have it positioned where I want it. I'm just using a little wooden box to hold it up where I want it to be. And then I'm just going to twist it on. So I'm not going to do it completely because I want to do the other side. That looks pretty good. Of course, once you put it on your wall or your door, wherever you're going to hang it, that'll sit up a little bit better. But I like how that looks. So let me finish twisting the wire on and get it hanging up so you can see the full effect. I'll come right back to you. So here is the final wreath. I think it turned out really cute. I hope you enjoyed making this along with me today, and I hope you'll come back next week when we start some fun Easter crafts. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next Thursday. Thanks everybody, goodbye.